Welcome to Goofing Off with Daryl. I thought I'd show you a little walkthrough of my Minecraft build. This is a little area I call the Enchanted Forest. This is where I spawned in. This was originally a bad guy village. What do you call them? Anyway. And I had to fight them off quite a bit. And I actually started this on survival. And when I started this on survival, I just originally just made a hole in the ground and used that to protect myself a ways from here on the other side of this creek. But since then I've gone creative and I've made a build here, and I figured I would show you around. Alright, the build starts with this gatehouse. Nice little gatehouse going onto a bridge, going across the river. Nicely fortified. Oh yeah, I do have a UFO, because I mean, why not? Anyway, so here we go. Starts at the gatehouse. Walk in over the little bridge here. Come up to the Salty Dog. Salty Dog is an inn/tavern. Some of the things that might have been common at that time. This was my the first build I did at this one. First part of my build here. Walk inside, you know, just standard tavern type things. Got our bar area, different potions and drinks, and they got bedding. You got your tables and this and that. I've later added a little, just a little storage here. I'm not sure what to do with it yet. Maybe it'll be a secret entrance or something. Who knows? Anyway. Going upstairs, we have the Women of the Evening's room. We got Constance here and Guinevere's room, you know, some of the ladies of the tavern, Annabelle, Hilda. Pretty simple rooms. Anyway, so that's the Salty Dog. And the whole fortress is built up on a two-level platform, basically. You can see this is what a majority of the outside wall looks like. This was originally my my survival build. Within my survival build, I built some underground farming here. Fresh water source coming in from the river. I also found a very lavish cave system, which I've built into. Stair systems and this and that. They go all the way to the bottom, which I thought was fairly neat. Finding a cavern like pretty much immediately. But that's not really what I was wanting to show you. It's pretty simple. It's just a cavern. It was at this point that I decided to go survival in my build. I was really getting my booty handed to me. This was originally the entrance to my house. I built a house from underneath to try to protect myself. I was getting raiders. That's what I was looking for earlier. I hate these doors. Timers are so fast. Anyway, so I was getting raided quite a bit, and they were just coming across the river no matter what, and really beat me up. So I decided to go. I wanted to make this a really big build, so I went ahead and went into survival because I just knew that was going to be a lot easier. Second part of my build here, this was added quite a bit later after the castle and this and that. If any of these builds look familiar, it's because I got inspiration from other content creators. I changed them a bit. They're not exactly the same. Uh, some of the basic layouts are very similar. I've changed some of them quite extensively, but I'm not taking credit for the builds. These are just things that I've added from different creators, and like I said, I've changed them a bit to suit my needs. Simple little blacksmith shop, you know. Every town needs one. Onto the gallows, because I mean, there's going to be crime in any place. I originally had these to where they had little guys hanging from them and this and that. I think it does well enough to tell what it is without them. But if if wanted to, you could put a suit of armor here and like a Steve head and this and that, and put it in some clothing, and then the trapdoors, whoop, you can actually drop them anyway. So I got a farm over here. I have a place started for another farm. I mean, because a kingdom this large is gonna have to use a lot of farmland. So we got a simple farmer, simple farmhouse. It's a open landscape because during this period, the whole family would stay close to the fires and this and that. It's just the man and the wife. They don't have any children. But yeah, a lot of times when it's cold, they would actually bring the livestock inside. Yummy. Got the well here. Got some stables, simple stables here. Chicken coops, this and that. Outhouse. Oh yeah, got to have the outhouse. Oh, made out of trapdoors, but yeah, a little simple outhouse. Compost, with a little compost in there, make it look like a little poo. But yeah, I'm growing some carrots and some wheat and this and that. Got some. Looks like this is dead. Meow. Got some cats running around. Got the castle. The castle it started as one build, and it's a combination of more than one. I've added things to it, changed stuff, and then the whole bottom is just something I came up with. But they got the big flags and this and that, and let's go check out that castle. I wanted to have these open, but I wanted to go ahead and show that they're just like, they are trap doors or whatever, and they are, I don't know, I think this is a poor design, but you got doors that could be fended off and this and that. There's a small little church for the people in the castle. Going out to the stables, there should be a block here. I don't know why there's not, but yeah, anyway, put that there for now. Another entrance to the castle itself. You can go through the chapel, but these are the original little workstation areas I had. Each one of these are kind of open. It's almost like a little dungeon area here, or a simple little slab. And I do have actual dungeons, little jail cells for the people that maybe don't get hung or they're waiting trial. Archery over here. More jail cells. I always seem to get a horse in here. This guy's been bad. You're a bad man. Bad, bad man. This guy over here is his accomplice. I won't tell you what they did because, bad guy. Anyway. Get out of there, horse. Oh. It's that guy's brother. He likes to come visit. And that's fine. That's what it's here for. As long as you don't let him out. Little guard section here. Overlooking the little back part of the kingdom. Got a nice church there. That church may look familiar because it's pretty much copied from another builder. It's changed slightly, but pretty much the same. Like I said, I'm not going to take credit for these builds. These are just ones that I've added together, and I think they work together well. This whole section is something I did, which is why it looks so drastically different. These were going to be workstations. I was going to go through and arbitrarily go through and pick out which guy and which profession I wanted them to have, lock them into place if I liked what they were selling, this and that. This is an older update, so these are all the beds and this and that, and entrapments, and tried to breed them together, and farming and this and that to try to help that along. You can see it's got the little flower pots and this and that and pistons trapping these guys. I didn't build any of these golems since I have so many villagers. The golems, I guess the villagers just went ahead and made the golems to protect themselves. Each one of these you can turn off and on. The turning them on kind of pushes the piston down, boop, boop, and traps them in place so they can't jump back over the little flower pot. This is the little throne area. I love the throne. Very nice. And then behind that I have the king's quarters. I hate these doors. Alright, within the king's quarters I have a very lovely, lavish bed. This and that. Some trophies from little drawers and this and that. Some kitties. Some nice little stuff here. And then I thought this was interesting. I made an exact copy of the room in mirror with a piece of glass to try to make it look like it was, you know, a mirror of the room. So there is just another whole room built in reverse, mirror form of this other one, which I thought was neat. Actually, that one's not finished. It's a little different. Anyway, it's close enough. But yeah. Let's go on outside. Actually, we haven't seen the whole rest of the castle. Let's take a look at the rest of the castle. Alright, first things first, let's get up here, doodly-doo. And like I said, these are just, you have access to the higher floors. For the most part, the towers are just, they look nice, but they're just kind of wasted space. A lot of the castle is, if I was going to do this again, I would just have basically the shape of the columns and all that, and the corners, the towers. I believe I would make them much larger, make the whole castle much larger. Because a lot of the rooms inside, they just feel like wasted space because they're just so small. This is like an armory. Overlook of the chapel upstairs, or downstairs rather. There. access to the other side. Okay, controller went goofy. More just tower access, little overhanging roofs and this and that. Now this is the Grand Library. And maybe a place to do little sit-downs with other nobles and this and that. Nice place to talk above the Grand Library. Out the other exit, it just goes to the tower, which is right above where we were a while ago. Access to the upper floors can only be accessed through one of the ladders. So you either continue to go up, this and that, and one of the towers, and they're mainly just for defense. You know, you can be like, hey, what's going on down there? Shoot your arrows and this and that. I figured that no tower would be complete without some kind of wizard or maybe a witch or something here. We got a little wizard's tower. All kinds of goodies. Alright. We'll go over here and check out the old... Ooh, and I lagged real hard. Okay. Check out this church. Nice church for the whole community, not just for the people in the castle. You know, they can come, they worship, they do this and that, blah, blah, blah. Preacher himself has a nice chair here. And God said unto thee, you know, and all that. Get up in the tower, because the towers were also a place of defense. You would come for sanctuary within the towers. And the safety of the church. Safety in numbers. Alright, we built this little cemetery, you know. Grim as it is, everything eventually does pass away. So we got the nice little crosses and this and that, you know. Maybe some of the people can't afford the nice little stuff. And then we have like the mausoleum here. Within the mausoleum, you have the nice exposed casket here. Within the mausoleum, looking all nice. But we also decided I was going ahead and add like a nice little creepy detail. Uh-oh, monster spawner. I haven't added the monster yet, but that's just something I thought I'd add, you know. Nice little detail for the player. This is the start of a bunch of low-budget housing. These are also inspired by other people's builds. They have changed just a little. So you got the lower income people that get the small little place there. And then people with a bit more money can get the little second story place. Two-story little place above, also small, but it's got a bit more living quarters. Like I said, I haven't furnished these or anything yet, but there's going to be several of them in a line. A friend's child I told them they could build on the other side of the river, and this was their build. This is something they've done. But anyway, I have the windmill slash bakery. Absolutely lovely. Love the windmill. There's an animation you can do to where you build this in 3 to 4 stages, and you can put in an animation that actually makes it turn. That would be really, really cool, but I don't do all those hacks and this and that. I built everything block by block. Some things, like I said, I've changed to make it suit my needs or just to make it look a little better. I thought it'd be neat to add maybe some flour. You know, they're grinding the grain into flour, make some cogs, and try to make this thing look like it actually may have worked. You know what I mean? Get some more gearing here. Goes up to the shaft up top. Maybe a nice bearing here. Get out of the way. And once again, we have some nice gearing coming up, connected to the actual windmill itself, going outside that way. Anyway, I thought that was kind of neat. You might think this is cheesy, but I thought adding a little extra detail. Actually, are these backwards? These are backwards. Yes. These are all upside down and backwards. I need to fix that later. Would you let me do that, YouTube? Come on. Anyway. So we got some nice stuff going on there. Nice little rug, some things, some cakes, and this and that. Fairly simple. Fish market. You know, you gotta have somebody that maybe a fisherman comes over there, does a little fishing. Got some simple stables here, because you gotta have, you gotta have some stables. They also do little pigs here and this and that. You know, more food for the kingdom. Some horses, which I need to put in another larger stable somewhere. But that's the majority of the kingdom there. I also have starting of a mine. This is the other entrance into the king's quarters there, with all the golems and such. Just a simple mine. Not sure what I want to do with it yet, but yeah. Got different materials here for mining. I might add some, or just for effect. Not sure what I want to do with the mine. It's just kind of like an afterthought type thing. I really play Minecraft anymore. This is just something I built a few years ago. Like, here's another addition that I started doing. I thought a nice kind of 3D-ish looking skull with a waterfall coming out of an eye built into the mountain. Might be kind of neat. Something kind of... this is where I started tunneling all this out. I'm going to make all this a river eventually. Kind of snake off that way. Nice little bridge here and opening into the cave system that doesn't go anywhere yet. We'll go check out the UFO over here. Just some beacons to make it kind of look like the, oh no, we're being abducted. Cheesy, I know. Oh no. after a while, the beacons just, I don't know, stop shining after a certain distance. Still being abducted, though. Ah! Alright, within there, it's just, this is, I don't really expect players to be able to get here, so this is just a little goof. Greetings, Belda. You shall not for the Gothic. Anyway, I thought it was funny. If you get the reference, you get the reference. If you don't, you don't, I guess. There's like a little secret entrance I thought I'd build into the little walls here, which also can be closed off. But it's just like a little secret entrance underneath the stairwell. Well, within the castle system itself. Within said door, which I have hidden, if you, I don't know if you can see it, but within here, there's a hidden door underneath the water. Oh my goodness, look at all that goodies. Anyway, gotta go check out the little nether. The nether hasn't been built up a whole bunch, but I did find a cool area. Building terrain. Alright. Yeah, there's my simple. I have a nice little area. Kind of goes over there. It doesn't really go anywhere yet. This one's too close. Oh yeah, all that good stuff. So this is the area I first found. And I just continued to go on down. Doodle-doo-doo-doo, going on down. Doesn't that look nice there, the red and white together? The coral and all that quartz cement. It's a nice little staircase, I like it. But I immediately found this huge structure. And I'm just like, sweet. And it's got all the nice little blazers and all that. And I'm sure someone's screaming at their TV right now going, "You're calling it the wrong stuff, you're a dummy." And that's fine. But yeah, there's a huge fortress within the place. Oh yeah, intensify the music. And it just continues to stretch on and on and on and on, and it's absolutely massive. So that's the basics, I think. I think that's about it so far for this one here. Now I have another one block build as well I think you might enjoy. And I played it all on survival. As one would do. So let's go back to the starting position of this one and I'll show you that build. All right. Let's go to that 1 block challenge. Oh no. Gotta update it. No. This might take a couple minutes there, YouTube, and I do apologize for that. I guess I should have done this before turning on. Luckily, I did do it to the Enchanted Forest before I started broadcasting because that one took a while. Hopefully this one doesn't take that long. And if it does, you'll just have to listen to my very annoying voice until then. All right, good deal. Didn't take too long. Let's start from where I started. This is my 1 block. I built it up in obsidian because if any of you do know what 1 block is, it eventually spawns monsters and this and that. Let me close this up so I can talk to you. So, anyway, what the 1 block is, let me see, I'll fill this in with dirt. See, when I destroy the dirt, another block pops up in its place. When you destroy the said block, another block just keeps popping in and fills your inventory with all kinds of goodies. Now, because I was getting all kinds of goodies, I separated them out into different types of things, magic items, you know, building materials, this and that. You get it. Food, crap like that. And I built this out of obsidian because sometimes when the creepers come in and this and that, I don't want them blowing up other areas. And they can't blow up obsidian. So I'll just have to replace some gates and this and that. Pretty much everything else is protected. To keep mobs out, I'll just go ahead and put all these gates and this and that in. Which I will show you. I have some villagers. And I've gone through, and this is how I started out on my villagers, and they're just kind of protected from the rain here. And this is how they are until I get them their own house built. Now, these also were inspired by someone else's build, but I've changed them, like I said, quite a bit to suit my needs. This is the armorer. Those different kinds of armors. Got his little work area there. Pretty simple. Little living quarters. Has his own little bed, his own little everything. He's good to go. He's got his own house built. Same thing for the weaponsmith. Oh, he did not want me in there. He's like, no, get out of here. What are you doing in there? Same thing for the weaponsmith in here. Nice, simple area. Got himself a jukebox. His workstation's similar, but different. Some of the weapons he's worked on and this and that. Keep at the good work, buddy. This area here is what I've expanded, and I've laid all this out with those blocks that I showed you earlier. Now the cobblestone, I will show you that. I actually have a cobblestone generator, and I would like to thank the builder of that because that was super handy. I'll go into what I was doing a little bit later. This is the farmhouse. The farmhouse is the only house that has 2 beds. It's a married couple. Everybody else, I guess, is single. I had the 2 farmers. I thought, you know what, why not? So they're doing their whole farming thing. The fisherman has his own little thing here. Now, I was getting drowns in here. So I had to lighten this up quite a bit, put a bunch of lights that I felt were unnecessary, but evidently they were. But yeah, a little fisherman house with a pig in there for some reason. But yeah, I plan on building the librarian, everybody their own little structure and continuing to build out this way. I have my different pens for my animals. This and that. There's my nether portal. It's not quite done there. It's going to be a full sword kind of stuck into the ground. Also inspired by another build, but it is changed a lot. But I like it. This is going to eventually have some like little pulses of you know, like purple energy, like it's giving off some, like the nether is actually expanding through the ground maybe or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's not quite done. I need to get the rest of the handle and the hilt done. This was my house that I started. It's not done. It's pretty simple. Now, this is something I apologize for how tacky it looks. It looks tacky because I didn't have the right building materials at the time, and I've been a little lazy and haven't changed it. But yeah, this is torches galore for right now until I figure out what I'm going to do with this area, because I do not want to spawn enemies. There is the ending point over there, if you know, once you play one block for so long and you mine out so many blocks, it gives you an endpoint 250 blocks away, and it kind of points you in the direction as a sign that points the direction it is, and you can build out to it to leave. Now, I haven't wanted to do this yet, so I haven't actually gone to the endpoint yet, but I guess I'll show you the inside of my house while we're here. Like I said, it's very simple. A little enchanting room. I was going to do some fishing. This was all going to be like fishing area underneath here. Then I found out from the internet why I wasn't getting good fishing results, because the best results are done standing out in the open in the rain. Little area here. I had an explosive. I had an enemy come in here, blow some of this up. That's why it looks the way it does. But anyway, yeah, nice little flex here. Oh yeah, got my emerald and gold beacon. Eventually it's going to be solid emerald, and there's going to be another one next to it made out of gold and this and that, and then iron, and so I'll have three going. But yeah, anyway. The area up top, this here, what it does is it has a spawner in it, and I shall show you this. Boop, 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 boop. Has a spawner in there in the dark, and water carries them over here where they are sucked up by soul sand and the kelp and everything that does that. It makes it a water source, carries them 22 blocks up over, and then it drops them 22 blocks right on this area, leaving them one hit. So it's very easy to collect experience. Now, I was collecting the bones. Listen to the things that they actually drop. Only the experience comes to me. Everything else goes into the chest below. I was doing this with skeletons, and I was collecting quite a few skeletons. Now, some of the trash items I just dump over here. There's a system of, I'm not going to go into it right now, but there's a system of things that make this trash just go away. I can just fill it up, and it just goes away instead of having to throw them over the side, which takes a while. I was collecting all their bows and the bones, and then grinding all their stuff into bone, and that's what I actually built this out of, was solid bone. This is a creeper spawner. There are 4 creepers. I will show you the actual creepers up top because I made a viewing window because I thought it looked cool. I got the 4 creepers in here. They just spawn in. I think I'm in the process of replacing all this white, the bone with the stone, because I believe the stone will make them spawn more frequently because it'll be darker. I believe the white bone is just a little too bright. And that's what I was doing a majority of all my building with, was that bone. I would take the bone, grind them and make them into blocks. And these are automatically collected. They get burned up by the lava. The water brings them into here, and then doodly-doo. Look at all that good old gunpowder. Now from the gunpowder, I've gone and made fireworks and this and that, wherever they are. Yeah. But anyway, the best thing you can make is this stone generator. Best thing. Is this thing about to break? Oh no. I have another one? I do not have another one. Anyway, what this does is this has a bunch of pistons and this and that, and lava sources and water. So the pistons themselves are water soaked, and they go in and out, and there's obsidian on this side, so the pistons can't push the blocks over. The actual system is over about 2, and then the lava source is above it, right next to the water-soaked pistons. The water-soaked pistons push out. If there's no blocks in the way, it continues to push. And then if there's nowhere it can push them to, and it's full, it shuts itself automatically. Now, all I have to do is haul these out, and it continuously pushes them forward. And you hear that then it automatically shuts itself off. They're collected into here, into a series of hoppers that are all pointing into this hopper. This hopper is going into one underneath that is in turn stuck into this chest. From there, the chest has a hopper below it that feeds into this one, that feeds into a hopper, that feeds into this one, hopper into this one. So when this gets completely full, this one fills, and then the one above it fills. When the one above it is completely full, it's time to harvest your stone. This is just extra places to put stairs and blah, blah, blah. Now, the stone is what I eventually going to do majority of all of my building with. I haven't expanded into the nether, in case you're wondering yet. I'm still working on this up top. My main focus when this build was the expansion of the village. Now, if I do build this again, my spawning area where I do all my 1-block spawn, it'll be quite a ways away from my storage area and way away from my actual village. How I would plan to do this is I would have a series of walkways for everything to go down and then separate them. It'll be a lot more strenuous at the time to get everybody and everything that comes out, because it might spawn a cow or whatever, and then you just got to kind of lead them around wherever you got to take them to get them into their areas. Villagers the same way, you know, you kind of like, oh, you know, like, hey, come this way, or you just kind of got to bump into them, you know, like, oops, my bad, And if you get a villager that's upset at you or anything like that, do not hit the villagers or stuff like that. You'll piss them off. You get the other villagers pissed off. All these villagers I've got right now, they absolutely love me because I've protected them from raids and this and that and monsters. So I'm like the hero of their village right now, right? So they give me absolutely wonderful trades. Now, the other ones, some of the other trades that I don't care for and I would like to have different trades, something you can do to get rid of those particular villagers that you may not want is dig a hole under them. Now, all of my floors are at least 2 thick. See there? Because I don't want to accidentally break one and then, fall to my death. But if you have a villager that you want to get rid of, I suggest just maybe digging a hole, letting them fall to their death because you didn't actually kill them, the fall did. That way the rest of the villagers won't be very upset at you. Now, the reason I say that I make them all too thick because if you haven't played One Block Challenge, why can't I build here? Okay. There is nothing there. It's just one block in the air. And when you stay standing on the one block. And when you destroy it, it's not like that, but another one will just boop, pops underneath you, and you got to start building out from there. I've built everything you see here from that initial one block. But yeah, anyway, on to the next build. Alrighty, let's go check out Curse of Oak Island. Oh no, update this one too. This one may take a second. Oh no. I hope everyone out there is having an absolutely wonderful day, and if you've watched this long in the video, you're an absolute beast. Please hit that like and subscribe. Let me know if you want to see future videos in which I walk through builds or even build live. If you'd like to see me do some live builds, I'll be happy to do that. Just let me know, like and subscribe, comment, let me know what's going on. I also do other stuff where I play with radio-controlled vehicles and this and that. Now, this is a survival build. I built that huge statue of myself. I know that's not what my character looks like right now, but that's what my character looked like at the time, and I modeled it after said character. But that is obsidian and everything I mined for all the black parts and this and that. Just a humongous statue. Me and a friend Shannon, we built this together. This is also modeled after somebody else's build. We've modified it a bit, like with the others. But yeah, we have just some of the random stuff that we come across first. Smithing areas. We haven't, this is going to be like a entertainment area. We haven't established a whole lot yet. Crafting area, smelting area, the enchanting area. This is just like armor and this and that. We did all this in survival. This is a survival build. These are places that we found. We went to sunken treasure ships and this and that by Feeding dolphins. Dolphins will swim towards sunken treasure ships and underwater monuments and this and that. And when they stop swimming, you are very, very close, and you just got to swim underneath the water until you find a chest. Once you find a chest, there's a good chance that you're going to find a treasure map. When you find a treasure map, each one of these X's that are listed on the treasure map, that's where you have to go, and then you'll dig down and find a buried treasure. Now, each one of the buried treasures will have like a heart of the sea and stuff like that in it. Some of these are on the very edge of the maps and this and that. Now, there are 2 buried treasures per map. And these are copies of ones that we already have on these. See, we got the area over there. We already have a duplicate of it here, but the X's are in different spots. I don't know if you can see that one. Get a little better. The X is then this backwards E, and on this one, it's on a completely different island. So these are just copies. These are rooms like guest rooms, little beds here. Somebody else is playing with us, because in survival you do have to sleep. There's my my living quarters with my actual armor. Some snowballs, because me and Shannon were having a snowball fight, because why not? This is her armor and some of her personal gear. Now, this is her personal gear. I don't touch it. She don't touch mine. And we're leveling up together, but also separately. This is the area going into the nether. I haven't developed the nether really on this one yet. This is another area I'm working on, but I thought it would be nice to have like an underwater theater area. You can see the statue over there. But yeah, I need to finish out the little supports for the end of the dock there too. Maybe put another support underneath that edge. But yeah, this is going to be an underwater area for that. If you're wondering where this goes, it doesn't. It just ends right there because it is too deep for what I needed it for, which was to connect to the bottom of the nether. This will all be finished out and look a lot prettier later. As of right now, I don't need it to do so. Alright, now this is the, obviously it's stables and this and that, farm area. This is for the bees and this and that, because we do have bees, which are full of honey and this and that. Some gold armor for the only horse that stayed. All the rest of the horses decided they wanted to leave and run away. We have multiple cave entrances. Some of them were built out of necessity just to escape areas that we were completely lost in, because it is very easy to lose your way underground. One thing to keep in mind is keep track of your position when you're underground. It'll really help you find your way back. I can show you some of those areas. We do have, like I said, multiple cave entrances. This was our first cave entrance, and it is said later been kind of phased out. We really don't use it. Shannon was building in a spot of her own, and we just kind of utilized that one after the fact. I don't remember what I was trying to do here, but yeah. go back to the surface before I get turned around. Because like I said, it is built like a maze, and it is easy to get lost. Especially when you get into the natural cave systems. The natural cave systems like there is over here, and the one that Shannon later adopted. Oh, no, wait. This is the one we started building. It doesn't go anywhere yet. Where's the other good one? Oh, there it is. Yeah. This is the one, a little minimalist. I like building mine 3 wide. 1 wide works, obviously. I've gotten down here. That's one of the entrances to the natural cave system. That's another. Very easy to get lost in the natural cave systems. But this is where we are getting our resources. This is not where I got my lava source. I found the actual ravine. I'm not going to show you where it's at because it takes forever to get there. But I'll show you the general direction it's in. I'm going to go towards the statue because you can see everything from there. You see that there's a bridge that goes from right here, goes all the way over this landmass and continues on in that direction a long ways until I found a village. When I found a village, I started trying to get the villagers all the way around here in a boat and bring them to closer to my house so I could start a village very close to where we were living, which is a very hard and long process. So, in the meantime, I found the ravine full of lava, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to harvest all this obsidian by making these huge water columns, letting it flow down on all the lava, and continue to harvest it. Now this is actually hollow for the most part, so you could actually get inside of it. My goal eventually was to make another little hideout or a place inside the head. As you can see, this is as far as I've gotten so far. We're in the main torso. The head will be like right here. So I figure I'll make a staircase or something that gets me right up to here, and then that'll be the entrance to get into the head, and then the head will be actually hollow, and it'll be a nice little place to hang out. In case you're wondering, that is 97 blocks tall to the tip of the sword. And yes, I did fall to my death a lot building it. Constantly falling off, even though I was trying to be careful. And falling to my death. Now, this was inspired by someone else's model, but I did modify it to suit my character. It no longer looks like Steve, it looks like Cool-Petrol. And that's the way I had my hairstyle and everything, my character modeled at the time. Right now, I don't know why it deleted all that. I'm some old man right now, and that's okay. No big deal. I am an older fella. In case anyone's wondering, I am 41 years old. And yes, sometimes I enjoy playing Minecraft. But that has been the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and like and subscribe and all that good mess. thank you so much for coming along with me. And I hope you enjoyed yourself.